The only reason this channel exists is because I know exactly what you're going through. I know the pain, I know the struggle, the deep depths of despair of what anxiety can do, the loop that you're in, the symptoms, the thoughts, intrusive thoughts, the feeling like a dream. You're trying all these things, you're trying to get help from therapists, from helplines. You've ended up here, not because you've always been anxious, because you had that one panic attack, and now it is disrupting your business, your work life, your family life, and just general happiness. It's took so much from you that it's hard to explain. Now, any of my videos that you might have come across, they're straight to the point, they're honest. They're who I am as a fucking person. And the person today, through anxiety, right, came and tried to fucking rob me on a couple of occasions. Not just a couple, 3 times specifically. One when I was younger, 13, 14 year old, I took a year off school because of it, and no one could understand, and people was like, get back to school, Joe, you know, this ain't fucking you. And it robbed me then, but I got no answers then. Bouncing from psychiatrist to psychiatrist, and your parents are trying to help you and fucking all sorts of stuff. And then when I was 21, when I was in the army, sort of came back, I would say, and that's where I really had to get the information in terms of what it was, what anxiety was, why it comes around, what are the symptoms that are attached to it, and how to get out of the loop. And I come across a book called Paul David, A Last Alive. Now, that being said, in 2020, it would have been like 9 years on, 9 years on, thought it was untouchable again. I've been through this, you know, fucking untouchable mindset. If you've experienced it before and you've been through it, then you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we all learn lessons in life in terms of maturity, and we all, you know, have to go through experience to go and teach ourselves something. And I thought I wouldn't be able to experience that again because I've got all the lessons and all the knowledge in front of me of what it is and how to get out of the loop. Lo and behold, fucking, you know, because you're a little bit immature in your decisions and you think you can knock down doors no matter how fucking powerful you are. You know, I'll start that business, I'll start this business, I've got 3 kids, I'll fucking do this and I'll do that, I don't drink, I exercise, I've transformed my body, and then fucking boom. Life's got a different fucking story for you. And that's why I wrote my own book, Turbulence, an anxiety recovery book, and how to build a life purpose, because there's a way out. It's only temporary and there is a way out, right? And if you want that book, I'd suggest you go and get it. Obviously, I fucking created it. You know, I'd suggest you go and get it. It's got a bit of a different spin on the rest. Now, the concepts from At Last Alive, Paul David, if I could put a number on that in terms of financial, in terms of money, in terms of the value that it gave me, that check could be fucking endless, because money didn't matter to me. Nothing mattered. I was stuck internally in my own head. I was consumed by anxiety 24/7. But you know what? I didn't want it to get the better of me, and I found a way out. And I've always been in that type of space, whereby if I need to go and do something, I will look for help in terms of mentoring, and I'll invest in myself. I've always been like that. Since I left the army, it's always been about just starting a business from scratch and just figuring it out. You know, figuring out the path of business. And along that journey was always a chance to look at gaps in areas and trying to invest in that. And this is no different, if not more. I needed more specific help and more guidance. So if that check, I had to put a number down on it, it'd just be endless. There wouldn't be enough fucking paper for it. That's the value. I got out the information, and that's why I've put my own energy, effort into creating my own version of my own book. Because everyone's got a life story, and everyone's got a message, and everyone's got a message to share. So this is why I've put this in. But listen, this isn't the message today on the YouTube video that I've created today. The message is Googling and information overload. everyone gets to a point whereby the same conversation I have on a day-to-day basis, you are creating your own path and identity through information overload. So we're in this world whereby I speak to guys on the phone, let's say, or through conversation, they all say the same thing. The therapist that I had just don't get it. I've had a therapist, I've had this and I've had that, they just don't get it. Because they've not fucking been through it, that's why. They've not been through the process. And I understand it, because you get off the phone and you're more frustrated and you're more confused because all you want is answers, right? We get people speaking like calmly and in this weird therapist fucking tone to you. And all you were before were a go-getter. You're a fucking go-getter, you're a fucking no-nonsense type of person. And all you want is just answers, right? And the more you fucking Google, and the more you create that information overload. Listen, I did it. As soon as I felt bad and a thought came in or the symptoms came in and I felt the worst, I'd go down the rabbit hole of Googling, oh, well, this must not be anxiety, this must be something else. Mine's different. And nobody's is fucking different. You are not special, and your anxiety is not something to be seen as fucking special. It traps us when we're in the cycle and when our nervous system's frayed and when it's consuming us 24/7. It traps us to believe that we're low on confidence, we're weak, that our thoughts are real, that these symptoms are real and this is something special to me. It traps us into thinking that nobody's fucking special. You ain't got a special fucking version of your anxiety. I couldn't fucking get out of bed. I'm in a chronic state of anxiety. My nervous system was fucked. And I had to go for a recovery process and a recovery healing. And if I allowed myself to consume myself with the information and I didn't get out of that trap of thinking, right, I've been told I need to let it flow. I've been told, you know, I've researched at Last Life, I've done all these other things, I've done all these other Googling and I've come across this other guy. And all you're doing is fucking creating a trap. You're backing yourself into a small world and your world's going to get smaller if you don't fucking go and grab your life back one fucking step at a time with courage. None of this can hurt you. None of it hurts. Yes, mentally hurts. I get it, right? The same conversations that I have with people, they'd rather have this, an actual illness rather than this. And I 100% relate. Nobody understands that. Nobody understands that concept unless you're feeling it. But if you carry on Googling and falling yourself into a trap of being somewhere where you don't want to be, like you don't want to be classed as mentally ill. You don't want to be seen to have anxiety. You don't want to be seen to be in this realm of this industry of feeling sorry for yourself and this pot of fucking... It's an awful place to be because you were never that person. But ultimately you've got yourself fucking there through worry, overstressing yourself, putting your body and your mind under too much fucking pressure, and then boom, the panic attack comes and then all of a sudden you're in this fucking anxiety loop. Now to get out the loop, like I just mentioned, you don't want to be fucking Googling. I've heard people on the phone tell me, I've been advised to go and watch this, and I've been advised to go and focus on my anxiety, and been advised to go and call it something and let's name it. It's not a fucking friend. Like, you don't want this. So why the fuck are you creating a friendship with it? Like a friend. Like, some of the stuff I get, right? Some of the stuff, not everyone's in the same position in terms of their headspace. But if you don't see a situation whereby you look at it and go, fucking come if you wish. It is only a feeling. Let it fucking come in. Let it do what it wants. Let the panic come in. Let the storm come in. Let it fucking bash around your body. Let the intrusive thoughts come in. Let it create a fucking tornado in your head. Just let it do this shit. Comes in, comes out, fucks off. And if you create the habit over time, it comes in with less power, don't last as long and fucks off. Over time, it stops coming in, stops fucking disrupting your day, whilst your nervous system gets a chance to recover and your mind gets a chance and the breathing space to recover, because you're allowing it now with the habit of the reaction that you create for it. Over time, it fucks off. But if you don't have the knowledge of what's going on, you will second guess everything. Now, that's the case of you getting the knowledge, but then it's almost contradicting what I'm just saying, because you've got to get the knowledge, but then you've got to take action. Not get the knowledge and then think, oh well, what about this, or but what if this, or but what if that. In my book it states what ifs. In Paul Davies' book it states what ifs. These are just what ifs. You know, like now on a healthy, fresh mind, if a what if comes into my life, it's like, well, what the fuck if it goes right? Do you know what I mean? Like, what if it goes right? Not always you don't always have to have fucking a wrong negativity attached to it. But because you're in that anxious thought, you will get anxious thoughts, you will get anxious, fearful, driven thoughts. That's why you're getting these thoughts, because that's a state that you're in right now. You need to create an attitude around it to be able to fucking push you into the next version of yourself. You know, genuine. This has come round for a reason of change. It has, I promise you it has. It's temporary and it doesn't last. You don't need to pay all the attention that you fucking told to, or what you think you need to. Now listen, you can go and get my book, maybe on one of these links on YouTube. I'm not massive on YouTube, I don't really reply to any comments. More active on the other socials, your Instagram and your Facebook. Listen, if you are in that space, go and get the book. There is an audio book that you can grab at the same time. And listen, keep tuning into the videos. I mean, I do appreciate the comments, I get the messages, and I understand a lot of people want to keep themselves hidden from this. I do get that. I do 100% get that. That's why a lot of my stuff, there's not loads of comments on. I get private messages all the time. I do try to get back to everybody. I spend a chunk of my day getting back to people in voice notes, in messages, in emails. You know, I've got fucking time for people who are willing to change. I haven't got time for people who are going to fucking sit there and start pointing fingers at people saying, you know, it's just life challenges. Fuck yourself, because you don't get it. You know, step a fucking moment in my shoes, I promise you now, you would have never have fucking lasted for them ignorant, shitty comments. Alright, I've only got time for people who are willing to fucking put effort in on themselves and step forward. All my videos and all my content and all my book is a mission to help people to just build courage to be able to recover. And that's the end of this video.